Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
Little kids love to ask why. My mom said I drove her nuts with all of my questions of why. So, not to be annoying, but I have a why question for you. When you pray, why do you pray for certain things? Just think of different things you pray for. In my prayer time, I have a list of people who are sick and hurting. Why do I pray for them to get better? Is it because I don't want to see them in pain? Or is it so they'll grow in their faith as they see what God is doing for them and they'll thank Him and praise Him? Why do I pray for unity in my church? Is it to avoid scandal and keep our church from looking bad in the community? Or is it so that we can work together and give God glory? Why do I pray for persecuted Christians around the world? Is it for them to avoid persecution so they can fly under the radar and not be noticed? Or is it so that the Lord can show Himself strong as He walks with them through persecution, so they'll be able to glorify Him even in the midst of it? When I pray for my child to do well in school, is it so he can feel successful and perhaps get a scholarship? Or is it so he can learn as much as he can now so that he could use what he learned to glorify God in whatever the Lord calls him to do later? Honestly, in evaluating the motives for my prayers, I'd have to say that I don't always have God's glory in mind as the end result. But I should. While David found himself hunted by Saul, as he hid in a cave, he prayed God would deliver him from his persecutors. At the end of the psalm, he pleads, "Bring my soul out of prison that I may praise your name." He wants the end result of his predicament to be praise. Our verse for today is similar. In Psalm 79, Israel has been attacked and Jerusalem destroyed, probably by the Babylonians. The psalmist prays for rescue, protection, and vengeance. Then he ends with grateful dependence on God. In Psalm 79:13, he says, "So we, your people, and the sheep of your pasture, will give you thanks forever. We will show forth your praise to all generations." God had brought destruction, as He'd promised to do when they turned away from Him. And the psalmist knew that the Lord had also promised to bring them back and make them a great nation again. So he shows submission. He says, "We, your people, and the sheep of your pasture." Yes, we are helpless, but you, our God, our shepherd, are mighty. We're just sheep, but we're your sheep, and we know you will still keep your promises. And when you do, we, your sheep, will give you thanks and declare your praise to all generations. We read in Daniel and other prophets how God took care of His people while they were in captivity, and how He brought them back in Ezra and Nehemiah. When has God kept His promises to you? Have you used those times to give Him praise and tell your testimony of how God rescued you, healed you, or did some other wonderful work in your life? As you pray this week, what is your motivation behind your prayers? Are you praying for God's glory so we can all thank Him and praise Him when He answers?
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you can find in the description below. Thank you for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.